It's Tuesday, and it's also the Delta Force song playing, so you know what that means. It's the month of May, and it's IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I'm Gary Gatso. Welcome to RACEWEAR's coverage of Round 10 of Season 2 of 2024 of the IndyCar Oval Series for the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday night top split, coming to you from Phoenix International Raceway, or as I like to say, the proper Phoenix. We have an all-star cast joining me in the booth. Back from making the tour of the subcontinent, he's back in his seat where he belongs here on the Top Split broadcast, and also making many tours of probably Micro Center. Please welcome Stephen Larkamp. Also joining us from the IndyCar iRacing Series. Regular participant here in the booth is Justin Petschauer, and also returning once again, the famous LG and Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Boys, we don't have a lot of time before we get ready to go racing, but go ahead, all at once, say hello.
Hi.
Hola.
I would like to say that rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated, but hello, I am back. And I did not need an excuse to go to Micro Center in any case, but at least this one also gave me one. But good to be back for sure. And I will concur with your point earlier, Gary, about this being the proper Phoenix. Like, a lot of people, when the new Phoenix was scanned, a lot of people were not the biggest fan of it, largely because it removed what made Phoenix fun for a lot of people, that it was a driver's track. But thankfully, they kept the old Phoenix around, and it's good to see the Indy cars back on here tonight. Not too many of the heavy hitters that we've seen in this series. Of course, we're later in the season. Drivers will be more likely picking and choosing when they're going to be running for big points. And I'm not sure if that's going to be this time around. But qualifying currently underway, we'll definitely be seeing some familiar faces from other parts of the field making their way up towards the front, and maybe even some new faces joining in the party here. As on the poll right now, a unfamiliar one to me for sure, Josh Tucker in the number 10.
We know Josh.
Yeah,
Josh. Yeah, he's we cover him in the VOR series, and
yes.
he is also on IAR. And there's Clindy just completing his lap, coming in 9th. Antonio just finishing his lap provisionally 10th. A minute 23 left. 23. Yep, now 23. Check out our sponsor for tonight of the Indy Fix series. Our broadcast here on the Tuesday night top split, 4D RACEWEAR. Check out their made-for sim racing line of gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them at 4DRacewear.com. Here's all the IndyCar track records you need to know about Phoenix. Of course, long-time home of IndyCar, and this is what makes it even more bitter that we don't see IndyCar running here anymore, and it's now NASCAR's seemingly place to have this celebration. But the IndyCar has been racing here since well into the 60s. The USAC track record is Bobby Unser with a 148.699. We are much faster than that. The kart track record, Brian Herta, 181.952, set in 95. We are much faster than that right now. And the IndyCar IRL track record set by Elio Castroneves in 2017, which we're not faster than at the moment, 194.905. Most career IndyCar wins here at Phoenix, and this includes the spring and former fall race, which ended in 86. It is a virtual of who's who of IndyCar royalty. Alan Senior, yes, with 6. Gordon Johncock with 5. Mario Andretti, Bobby Unser, Johnny Rutherford, AJ Foyt, Tom Steva with 4, and Rick Mears with 3. How's that for a royalty lineup?
Yeah, this track really has brought out some of the best that IndyCar racing's had to offer, and largely because it's one of those mile tracks where you really have to drive it well. It's not always down to the car. It's down to how the driver reacts to the challenges it brings, especially on this bumpy surface here. But we are getting ready for 95 laps here at good old Phoenix.
Stevie, I know it's been a while, but are you capable of doing the starting lineup for us?
Oh, of course.
All right, let's cue the music.
Well, back here once again, and on the pole, Josh Tucker's number 10 machine, a 19.244. Very good time for him. Alongside him will be friend of the show, Mark Murphy, who we sat down with quite a bit earlier. He's looking geared up to go here, and he's looking very strong alongside on the front row. Bruno Romanzini, a regular in the series, of course, running in the number 7 machine, will be starting 3rd, alongside Matthew Ponto's number 11. Trey Shadid, Murphy's teammate, will be starting 5th, alongside Maddie Sinclair in the number 13. Good qualifying run for him. Brian Campbell in the 5 machine will be starting 7th, alongside Houston Stevenson in the 14. Rounding out your top 10, Nick Sadiq. Bit of a struggle there for the number 2 machine tonight, alongside Kyle Clenworth's number 6, starting 9th and 10th. They got some work to do for sure. Antonio Estrada starting off 11th in the number 9 machine. Definitely got some traffic to deal with for himself. Tiago Benedetti will be his partner alongside him in the 19 machine. That's 12th place. Carlos Washington's number 12 will start 13th alongside Ty Quilla in the number 4, starting 14th. A very disappointing qualifying run for Ty tonight. Cristiano Benavunto's number 18 machine starts 15th alongside Nielsen Messias, the winner at Dover a while back.
The gas man.
Yep, the gas man himself, Nielsen Messias, starts his number 8 machine 16th. Can he pull off a similar magic on another mile track? Yuho Reyna's number 15 will start 17th alongside Wayne Hupford in the 22. Your top 20 rounding out will be Steven Burgess, number 17, and Freddie Udo Garcia in the 21. Final row of the grid will be Kevin Pavasic in the number 20, the last driver to post a qualifying time. And shotgun on the field, Scott Sanders in the number 16 machine. It's going to be 22 cars, 95 laps here around Phoenix International. This is going to be quite an interesting show. It's going to be quite fascinating to see how well the track conditions play out for them and what sort of how they can really work around the aero wash that I expect to see from these guys.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of aero wash. Go ahead.
Well, traffic is definitely going to be a factor here, especially with it being, in my opinion, the best oval in the world because of the unique backstretch it has, the dog leg on the backstretch. As you said, Gary, this is the better Phoenix, the perfect Phoenix.
That
a
open
tight
dog.
turns 1 and 2 and a wide open 3 and 4. Cars, you'll be caught in traffic with cars all around you. And I think we're about ready to go green. Stevie, call's all yours. Welcome back, old friend.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Stephen Larkamp calling.
Green flag flies, and Josh Tucker flies away at the start. Mark Murphy kind of left for dead right there as they head into turn 1. Romazzini now
Contact into the wall. Car in the wall. That's Maddie Sinclair, and I think Maddie clipped.
No! Corrected Ty Quinn in that one, but the caution is out.
It's a big one. One car up and over on the backstretch, going into turn 3, sliding on the roll bar there.
Unbelievable. At least 6 cars involved there, one of them on his lid. As the caution comes out on lap 1, that was a rough start for sure for these guys, but Maddie Sinclair in the pits. We're going to get a lot of cars on pit road here, folks.
Yeah, we see Sinclair into the wall. He comes down, I think clips Clindy, and then Quilla. We see Quilla goes in the back. I mean, we have so much all over the place. I'll just try to re-cue these as best I can. There's Ty Quilla and the NVIDIA car. He's just seen his action in front of trying to slow down.
It was Steven Birch who went airborne there and got squeezed by 3 other cars that were trying in vain to avoid an accident, but ended up causing a secondary one in the midst of the first one.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go on that one. The hole closed up real fast. He literally launched up and over, rolled it, and then launched off of the aero screen.
Here we go, guys. We're going to ride alongside. We're going to ride on board. Nowhere to go. Just everything shut, closed on him. Whoa! And tonight's he should get credit for that airtime. Make sure you file that in your log because wow.
Yeah, save that in your log for your pilot's license. That's for sure. But a rough start to this race so far for at least 6 cars from what I was able to tell here. Leaders have stayed pretty much unscathed at this point, barring, of course, Maddie Sinclair, who that was a tough one for him to swallow in that instance. But everyone just coasting along here. I'm not expecting many other drivers to come on the pit road early on. From what Mark Murphy was saying, they were expecting around 63 laps thereabout if they were going full bore. But it's still going to be a one-stop race, but it's going to be interesting if there are a lot of cautions. you may be able to just get through on fuel mileage on one stop, but the problem there would be how much speed are you sacrificing?
Yeah, we had just a lot of cars and carnage on pit road. 22 cars. Now, we can see Carlos Washington moving off now, so he's going to rejoin the field. Ty Quilla back underway. He is now in 15th. Christian Benevenito, he is still underway in 14th, so I don't know if Scott Standers, he's back in the cockpit. He is back underway in the 16th, so I think Burge, Sinclair, Hufford, Garcia, and Reyna are the unfortunate ones that are going to be out after a half a lap.
And
I counted at least 7 cars in that wreck.
And the pace car peels off again. It was a very quick caution. Green flag flies again. Tucker, once again, trying to get the jump on Murphy. Murphy was waiting for it, though. Has a good launch himself. Romanzini kind of left for dead there, but now everyone's starting to battle their way through turn 1, and they do so cleanly this time.
I think they realized it was a little too early to start doing stupid moves of what we saw there, but that's typical. That's typical here for the OG Phoenix, as we all like to call it. But they're going single file here. They're trying to find a way to get as much clean air on the front wing as possible, because even with how small this place is and how fast this place is, dirty air will always be prevalent here. And if you can try and get a run-up on that outside at 3 and 4, not so much at 1 and 2, you can definitely get away with some incredible passes, as we saw a number of times. I hate to bring it up, but the 1995 race, when Cart last ran here, we saw Scott Goodyear, Paul Tracy, even Robbie Gordon make passes up on that high side over in 3 and 4.
That was a great race.
Further back to the field, I'm seeing Nielsen Messias battling it out with Antonio Estrada and Tiago Benedetti there. Messias up on that high line there, and they're catching up to Houston Stevenson in the 14 machine. This is turning into a 4-car battle for 9th place right now. Benedetti to the low side.
Yeah, there's at least 1, 2, maybe 3 rows that are going too wide through the corner there, but they're definitely going to get down to single file as they go through 1 and 2, because of how tight that radius is, Steve. I mean, just look at how tight that is.
Oh, I know from experience, it can definitely tighten up for you, especially in the center of the corner. It's a really abrupt sort of transition radii there. Oh,
who was that?
Are we looking at Benedetti, perhaps? I think I saw him get a little bit squeamish off the corner.
No, that was Brian Campbell that suffered oversteer correction coming off of turn 2.
And he's also blinking a little bit,
4.
but
and he's lost the place to Nick Sadiq in the process. Sadiq now up 3 spots from 9th to 6th.
Here's Messias and Stevenson. Poor Antonio, nowhere to go. Every lane is blocked with dirty air.
Yeah,
exactly. Usually a lot of people say 3rd place is where you want to be in this sort of situation. Not here at Phoenix. Very close. Messias muscles his way around Stevenson. Stevenson now up on the high line there, and Estrada trying to take advantage. Not quite enough just yet, but Benevento is looking his chops.
Caution on the racetrack.
What has happened here?
Turn 2, the car 16, car 20.
Scott Sanders again.
Sanders with a broken rear wing, broken front wing. Oh, his contact, I see, with the 20.
It's over.
Wow.
Over him. Around Kevin Pavesic's number 20 machine.
Oh, he dug into the grass and just went rolling.
Oh, the Ryan Briscoe on that one. Obviously at a much lower speed than Briscoe's impact at Auto Club back in 2015.
Coming in and just exit off the corner, and he pushes right. A little bit of net code started that, but contact finished it, and wow. And again,
he just literally ramped over him.
Yeah, he should definitely try out for the Thunderbirds for that one. That's a ton of pirouettes in the air there.
Nah, go for the X Games on that one.
But unfortunately, that's 2 more drivers out between Sanders and, although Kevin might have, well, I don't know. That was a lot of contact. We're going to see if he just gets a new back wing or if he might have some other damage that we haven't seen. Sanders is still kind of rolling, but I don't think that car is ever going to drive right. So,
no.
Even if you do get it going, you're probably just going to salvage whatever you possibly can here. But I'm keeping an eye here on possible pit strategy that could be played on this.
Yeah, we do have some guys stopping here. Campbell stopped. Clindy stopped. Stevenson stopped. Strada stopped, Quilla stopped, Carlos Washington stopped, and that was all on lap 14. And then we had some other guys stop a little bit early in that early incident. Benevedito stopped on lap 3 and topped things off, and he has now moved up to 11th. So we got 3 different strategies going on. I've heard that drivers in races in other splits where there's been a lot of cautions have attempted to make this a no stopper. If we keep getting cautions periods like we are here, I'm not going to doubt one bit that someone in this group is going to try the no stopper if it's possible.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be either. It seems like it's possible.
That's
with,
a bold move, but I don't know.
Oh.
It's a bold move.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, happy anniversary to one of the greatest comedies of all time, Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are at the. Thanks for joining us. We are at the real version of Phoenix here, where the dog leg is not paved over, where you can't cut it, and it looks ridiculous type of racing. Turn 1 is actually turn 1. Turn 2 is actually turn 2, not where the start-finish line is. Turn 3 and turn 4 are actually real turns. Do I sound bitter? Yes, I am bitter.
Yeah,
and the start-finish line is meant to where it be, right there on the main straight.
Yeah. It's the way Phoenix was always supposed to be. Thankfully, iRacing has done the world a favor and preserved it in the digital world.
Now, I will say this, though. The last time I was there for the 2018 race. I will admit one thing, though. Those 3 grandstands definitely had to come down at some point because they were on the verge of what they call red tag status.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. The support beams were rusting really bad.
Yeah. This is an old facility. It has been around since the 60s. But IndyCar, in terms of IndyCar in the Phoenix area, has been a staple for a very, very long time. Even before coming here, they raced at the old dirt track at the fairgrounds. So it is a crime. Okay, it's a crime what they did to the track, but it's even more of a crime that IndyCar is not coming back here to race at all.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that one. IndyCar should come back here, but for the time being, we've got this, and the pace car peels off. Let's see how long we can make this one last. Tucker and Murphy, 1 and 2. Murphy really his tail now.
Murph did not let him get away that time, and this might be his only real shot to get a good draft, to get a good run going into 3. Here he comes.
Ooh, yeah, Romanzini left in the dust. But Campbell, I'm looking a little bit further back. Campbell, Clenworth, and Estrada duking it out right now for a top 10 spot. As Nick Sadiq, a little bit further up, starting to fight with Trey Shadid for 5th place.
Yeah, Murph got there, and then all of a sudden just washed up in turn 1s and 2, and he's now starting to lose a little ground to Tucker.
Easy to do here.
I thought I saw one car basically doing the no-no, and that was touching the apron in 1 and 2.
Oh, like we love to say, Gary, apron bad.
Apron bad.
Definitely bad here.
You can get away with it in stock. You can get away with it in stock cars. You cannot get away with it in an Indy car.
Man, Antonio Estrada was actually trying to be back in the engine compartment. Or I don't think that was Antonio. Maybe Houston Season was actually trying to be in the engine compartment of Carlos Washington. I don't know if I could cue that up. I'll see if I can cue that up.
Came really, really close though, but Stevenson off to a bit of a rough start, I should note. Started 8th, currently running 14th as Ty Quilla works his way down to the inside in turn 3 and 4. Something may not be quite right with the 14 machine so far.
Yeah, here it is. He gets a pass, and Carlos does the Brazilian clear and the Brazilian slide right up on him, and Houston's like, nope, I'm going to be right there, buddy.
Yeah, I definitely call that a Brazilian clear moment for Carlos Washington, unfortunately. Thankfully, it didn't end up so bad, but Estrada got his left sides on the apron in 1 and 2. Survives to tell the tale, though. Fighting with Tiago Benedetti for 10th place as Kyle Clemworth starts to make himself off to the next zip code.
Yeah, Antonio down low in the 1s and 2s. Still, down low in 1 and 2 is not the preferred line on these cars, even at the legacy track. The higher line is still the faster line if you get a good launch, but Antonio pulls it off, and now he's going to the high line in 3 and 4 to get a good run down the front stretch.
Yeah, I'm guessing in that case with Estrada, it was just like the only option available, and the door seemed to be open, and he took full advantage.
Campbell gets around Tiago as well.
Yeah, Campbell now moving himself back up to 11th place, and Benedetti losing 2 positions pretty quick there. Not what you want to see, of course, but and now he's coming under pressure right now from Carlos Washington.
And Ty Quilla.
And Houston Stevenson. Something may not be driving quite right there on the 19.
Oh, Ty, giving Carlos a little bit of his own medicine there. Clear, barely. Here you go.
In the wall, Benedetti clipped the wall there in 3 and 4. It looks like that is going to do him no favors at all. It drops back down to 15th place so far. 16 cars still left on the lead lap. Last one is Kevin Pavasic, who has actually gotten his wings fixed and is turning laps right now. We'll see what he can pull here.
So checking out chat, we got Albert Anderson. Great broadcast, Gary. Thank you very much. But I credit my commentary team here, who is making us all look good. Of course, we got the return of Super Stevie Larkamp. He is in the booth here again. And Owen Gymnast, no Malechka. No, not a lot of the regular suspects are making tonight. So a little bit of lower strength of field number that we have. I think, what was it, a 32...
I believe it was
35, 85. So yeah, not a lot of the usual suspects. Oh, Tucker with slower traffic.
Sadiq fighting out there. Sadiq has actually lost a lot of places. He's down to 10th place at the moment. What is going on with the number 2 just lately?
Turbulent air. It's turbulent air.
Just turbulent air, and yeah, I think
he had the roll out of it. He had the roll out of it.
I saw some dust pop up there, possible brush with the wall, maybe netcode or not, but Brian Campbell now moves up into the top 10. Nick Sadiq in dire straits at the moment, working lap number 30 here, and now under pressure from Ty Quilla. Ty Quilla trying to come back after being involved in that first lap incident. It's been a valiant effort so far for the number 4. As he goes down to the inside there, I think something is still not quite clicking right now with the number 2. Right now, like, it could be more than just the turbulent air. And now
might be a little bit of damage
for Stevenson too.
He's getting freight trained on the low side here a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Here's another one. Yeah. This is last week's winner having a bit of an issue right now.
I think another reason why we got a lower field in terms of the star power tonight. Everybody's getting ready for one thing and one thing only.
Indy 500.
Okay, sorry for interrupt. I know what is happening with Nick. So in lap 22, he hit that wall battle with Trace Cadid, name, the number 3.
Trace Cadid, so okay.
Yes,
she did. Yeah.
So on lap 21, he hit the wall. So yeah, for sure. And turn 4 in lap.
That'll do it. Yep. Bent the steering arm just a tad bit.
And that's all it takes on these cars, sadly, is looking up to the order right now. Josh Tucker, should note, with a 2.6-second lead over Mark Murphy. He is just checked out. Romanzini, 4.5 behind the race leader. Matthew Ponto, Trace Shadid, your top 5. Nielsen Messias, Benevenuto, Clenworth, Estrada, and Campbell, the top 10 right now. Definitely giving a lot of love to a lot of guys that either appear in top split with some regularity or are somewhat newer to the top split scene here, but they're making their names known.
And everybody in these, well, certainly the top 6 has to stop. The first car that could go a little bit farther is Cristiano right here in P7. He stopped on lap 3 to top off. I don't think he took tires because there are tire limits here. You get 3 sets, 2 in the pits, 1 in the car. So he probably just topped off right there and used that as a good opportunity to do that. And then he will probably he still needs to make a regular stop to get to the end. Glindy is the first of those that stopped at lap 14. And I thought he lost his wing, and he did lose his wing on that first lap incident, but the snap-on, stay-on physics of iRacing kicked in and grew him a new wing. So he did not have to stop and get that replaced, and he did not have to give up any track position, because this race, guys, is going to turn into a track position race.
It would certainly seem so.
As is the case, just even going back to the real life history of IndyCar racing here at Phoenix, track position is always key. You have to time your pit stops perfect. When you want to go in, when you want to basically try and either overcut or undercut. Majority of the time, you want to undercut. That way you can jump ahead.
Yes, indeed. And it's something Josh Tucker is enjoying right now. He's enjoying a massive gain in track position at 3.6 seconds ahead of Mark Murphy right now. He is enjoying his time out in the sun. Just taking off at the moment, and that's the kind of track position you definitely want. And we'll see if Murphy has anything up his sleeve for it.
Going to have to be maybe Murph needs to stop early and try the undercut. Real quick, if you enjoyed Race First coverage of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series top split and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. While you're at it, don't forget to smash the like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future Race First iRacing broadcasts, including tomorrow night, the VRL Truck Series, our very first broadcast at Darlington. We are in a substitution role kind of for those guys for 2 weeks, and it'll be our second of 2 races. Covering them tomorrow night, and then we are off to Indianapolis for the FIS on Thursday, the first of many races that we'll be having at Indianapolis come this month. Guys, what's going on out there?
Everybody's pretty much spread out.
Yeah, it's looking rather spread out affair. Looking at one of the closest battles on the circuit is 7th place. Benevenuto and Kyle Clenworth. Clenworth working his way up to the back of the 18 machine.
This might be a battle of new tires versus older tires. The first battle that we're really seeing. Here's Clinty. Good run through the dogleg on the outside. He's going to get a good run through 3 and 4 on the high side. Going to get a good launch down the front straight. Probably pull this pass off. Clinty out to the wall and clear. Clinty up to 7th.
Very good run right now for Clenworth from 10th to 7th. Lap 44 at the moment. And that could well have been... because did Clenworth come in under that last caution?
14. Yeah, he lapped 14.
Yeah, okay.
14.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yep, so about 30 lap old tires versus 45 lap old tires. It's really showing, that really is showing just how
here's another battle right here.
He's been preserving them pretty well.
And Cristiano and Antonio. Antonio, same thing, newer tires. Side by side, different swap of positions instead of being on the outside. There you see how the strength of the outside was. Okay, Antonio's like, okay, we'll try your way. We'll go on the outside. He's going to get a good run off of 2. Going to get right up under his gearbox there in the dog leg. He's going to poke the nose down to the low side in 3 and 4.
Oh.
2 wheels on the apron there. Be careful, Antonio. But he is looking high, looking low right now. Antonio Estrada, and he was kind of embroiled in a battle also with Ty Quilla and Brian Campbell earlier. He was kind of shuffled back behind them right now, but he's making he's made up for that pretty well so far in this fight for 8th, and left Quilla and Campbell fighting amongst themselves for 10th at the moment.
Now, we were talking about track position as well. There's another track where track position is crucial, and I mean crucial to a T. That is, in the words of the late, great Bobby Unser, the Milwaukee Mile, the most perfect oval in the world. That's another place where track position is key, where pit stops play a factor, no matter what.
Definitely true. Like there's especially being a flat oval that's hard to pass on, you definitely want track position to play to your advantage in Milwaukee, and you also want that here. You can definitely see the similarities in a lot of ways, even if Phoenix is the less perfectly crafted oval, but that just adds to the fun to it, in my opinion.
When they built this track, they wanted to make it a true oval, but when they realized there's a mountain that butts up against it,
right there you see the mountain. Right there you see the mountain up against it. Turn 3 and 4.
Well, not just Rattlesnake Hill, right up for 3 and 4 is
battle before 5th. Battle for 5th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nielsen Messias and Trey Shadid in the fight there. Shadid leading at the moment there. They went back and forth this last couple of laps as Messias once again Same deal as before. He's looking to the high side, trying to get the launch off of 2. Shadid
good launch.
the corner, lost a ton of momentum. Messiah is almost into the back of the number 3.
Yeah, a little too close for comfort there. But back to end the topic of conversation real quick, they also took into consideration the hill that you literally see across the backstretch as well, where the dogleg is, and they were like, okay, so we literally have to conform to it. And this was the shape that gave birth to Phoenix.
Indeed. And honestly, I don't think any of us would have any.
Wow! He passed him like he was sitting still.
Beautiful move. Nelson Messiahs around the high side of Trey Shadid up to 5th place. 16th to 5th, I should point out, for that number 8 machine, up 11 spots. What a run so far for the winner at Dover. These mile tracks seem to really gel with him.
Yeah, that was last season, Dover. Check it out. It's going to be on our playlist for our last season, partial season that we have recorded, broadcasted for you guys. Great race. I mean, who would have thought that a full field IndyCar race at Dover would have turned into a fuel mileage race? But there you go, and he's your winner. And that earned him the name the Gas Man. But up front, we still have Josh Tucker, who is off to a 7-second lead. It is now currently lapping cars. He is lapped up to 13th spot. Next on his list is Brian Campbell. Campbell's about a half straightaway away. Probably no worry about him going a lap down yet. We're getting closer to pit stops. We'll see if these guys that are getting ready to get lapped possibly jump in first. He's in the battle with Ty Quilla for 11th. Murphy is all by himself in second.
On the high side of Matthew Ponto.
Yeah, there he goes.
Squeeze of a move. Beautifully done, though.
I think Nelson's found something. Either he's been saving his tires or he found a line on that high line there, and it is really working for him. He's now got 2 positions and nearly about 5 laps, and now he is working on lap traffic that's in front of him before he gets to Romanzini. But Romanzini is that next car right in front of him right there.
And yeah, they're already picking up on it. I'm already hearing on the radio chatter. They're picking up on that line.
Yeah, they are. They're trying, and they're finding the ways to work it out. And Messiahs, right now, one of the fastest cars on the circuit. Tucker, of course, holding that accolade. Sub 20-second laps for him. Messiahs running 20 evens and 20.1s. He is running really quick laps so far. And in this battle right now with Bruno Romanzini, he is catching him.
Now let's best lap, is Tucker 185.335. But let's take a look at the last laps and let's pay attention to Romanzini and Messiahs. Look at that. Messiahs last time a 180.264 versus Romanzini's 170 flat, 179 flat. So he is almost 2 miles per hour faster at this point, and he's starting to pull up. And the problem with Romanzini is now he is getting involved in the lap traffic.
Yeah, it's Tiago Benedetti right in front of him here, and Kevin Pavasek as well. So this is not going to be what Romanzini wants to see, especially with an angry-looking Nielsen Messiahs looking down and looking up.
Here we go. We have 3 Brazilians fighting out here, and we know that there's no give with the Brazilians.
Romanzini.
Oh, 3 wide, and we got Netco, and we're going to the caution, and this is exactly what the leaders needed.
Contact. Who was that? Clemworth. Kyle Clemworth just pile drives into Tiago Benedetti. More cars trying to stop there, and Messiahs. I think that may have been netcode contact.
We're gonna go back and watch this. We're gonna go back and watch this.
On there.
Yep, that was netcode, boys.
Yeah, watch the netcode happen. Watch the netcode happen. We'll clear off the stats here. So here comes Messiahs down low. You see the car make a weird move there. So that's netcode contact. And then there's netcode contact to the car to the outside.
Yeah, that was Benedetti that just was an innocent bystander and all that stuff there. Messiahs was trying to use that lap car Benedetti as a pick that whole time, but just ended up taking everybody out except Messiahs. He's still going in P3.
Oh, Clindy just right on the Tago.
Nowhere to go.
What did Clindy? Well, let's rewind a little bit and see what Clint had. What did he see? There's a car coming to pit road. Yeah, look at all that smoke in front of Clindy. Of course, he didn't see anything, and then all of a sudden, the car in front of him ducks, and oh, surprise! There's a car behind that car.
Unbelievable. And Clenworth was doing a good job himself. Rough way for that one to come to an end. As Clenworth dives down on the pit road, we'll see who else is. Benevenuto is in. Estrada is in. Shadid, Messias, Murphy, Tucker already off a pit road here. This is the moment that Murphy has been waiting for. And he's got to make the most of this if he wants to snatch this win.
With 30 to go, the track is getting hot.
Now, let's bring up the weather information on the track here. 81 degrees.
81-degree track temp, yeah.
You also got to take into consideration there's cloud cover that's popping in and out, so it's throwing the track grip, the track temperature, I should say, a little bit haywire.
Yeah. Let's real quick. We'll get some business done here after we do a restart. But tonight's race coverage has been brought to you by 4D RACEWEAR. Check out their line of made for sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com. So if you're just joining us, this is race first coverage of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Top Split coming to you from proper Phoenix. We've completed. Let's see, what have we completed now? We are 66 of 95 into this thing. For a scheduled 95, as mentioned. As you're enjoying tonight's coverage, be sure to smash like and click subscribe, ring the bell, and if you'd like to monetarily support us, our GoFundMe campaign link to our campaign is in our stream description. Go ahead and click on that, and you can give us a donation if you duly feel so welcome to do so. We realize times are tough, so any donation, no matter the amount, is greatly appreciated. But we do this for free on behalf of the community, so we rely on your donations. Please donate if you can. Guys, let's pick this back up. How we think this is going to play out.
Well, at this point with the leaders, it's pretty much a shootout at this point, especially with fresh tires on everyone. Tucker, Murphy, Messiah, Shadid, Estrada, they are going to be fighting this one out. Tucker has the track position he wants, but Murphy, this is the opportunity he needs here. And I think he's been picking up slowly but surely as this race goes on, that these guys are finding the line that can really work for an overtake. Let's see if Murphy can take advantage.
Now, before we go back green, Gary, tell them about the iRacing Indy 500 Open and Fixed coverage real quick.
That's right. We'll be covering the Open as the ultimate warm-up race Friday, May 31st, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we will cover the Fixed Indy 500 Top Split on Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. They're already in our channel. Feel free to hit the button to remind you, and we'll be talking more about it as we get closer to race time. But 2 Indy 500s we'll be bringing to you as part of our week-long coverage of the Fixed and Open Indy 500s. Here we go. Great start for Josh.
That was the start that Tucker needed for sure. Murphy did not want that. Green flag flying as everyone works their way into turn 1. This is where, as Carlos Washington already on the move, trying to take...
That's a lap car, though.
Take a lap car there.
Yep.
But let's see if Murphy can find something to close that gap to Josh Tucker, who has just been the class of the field tonight.
Already some insane battles here as they come off of turn 2. I'm looking at Ty Quillo. He's got a gaggle of cars behind him as he goes off into 3. He's wondering, where the heck do I go to get away from this?
And there's Sudik, who's a lap down, and he's in a battle with Stevenson there.
Close stuff there, but he's in a fight with Ponto and Stevenson. Ponto and Brian Campbell in this battle for 8th place right now, and he's got more lap cars to deal with, including Nick Sadiq. As everyone's trying to work their way through traffic here, everything was pretty well shuffled by the time the green flag flew. As now I'm looking at the battle is well and truly on 2 for 2nd place. Messias taking the fight to Mark Murphy here. This is not what Murphy wanted to see, but Messias, even after that contact there that brought out the latest caution, he is still licking his chops here. He's doing a great job regardless of that incident.
Murphy's doing everything he can to disturb the air. I don't think it's going to work.
Oh, not quite enough. Messias trying to set up the run on exit here. Gets a great launch.
There it is.
Corner.
He's in the inside. Mark can't do anything now. He just needs to stick with him.
And around he goes. Nielsen Messiah's up to P2 as Murphy now tries to cut back on the low line.
Side by side as they go up into one. Murphy has to back out of it just a tad bit. He got up in the air.
Yeah, he did. He had to back out of that move there and move Messiah's firmly up into P2.
And he's catching Tucker.
What can he do?
He's catching Tucker.
He is faster than Josh Tucker as it stands.
Tuck's in traffic right now. He's trying to get around a slower car. He has now cleared the slower car. So Messias now has to encounter that traffic as well. I don't think that car is going to quite give Messias the same amount of trouble. Now that's okay. That's what you need when you're racing, guys, and you're getting ready to get lapped, and you're watching it on your relative. The number one thing when the leaders come up to you, Messias into the wall. You got to be predictable. You got to make yourself predictable. Otherwise, that's what gets you a bad name in these things. So just make yourself predictable. It's just a learning experience. It's okay.
Exactly. It's why you see in mixed class racing, one of the main advices I say to to an aspiring GT driver is Messias nearly gets the wall again. Is that when you're dealing with prototypes, never exit the corner slow to the inside. In the words of Empty Box, you're asking to take a prototype up the tailpipe doing that.
Ouch.
Because I haven't heard in a long time.
Ouch. It's not a lot of room in there.
That's a name from the ages, I'm sure. It shows us how long I've been in this game. But Messias still holding ground, though, with Mark Murphy, but he is now just a tad bit slower than Tucker. Not by much, though. The pace seems pretty even as it stands.
Yeah, the last lap was a 19.701 for Tucker to 19.777 for Messias. Let's see what it is this time.
8.78.
8.78 versus a 7.17.
So Tucker starting to work his magic here so far, and another battle seems to be brewing a bit behind them. Shadid, Estrada, and Washington. A three-car battle right now for fourth starting to brew, it would seem, for these last 15 laps.
Sudik around Stevenson. This is for 11th. Be the first car a lap down. Tyquilla, last car on the lead lap. He's in 10th. So let's reset the field real quick before we get too late in this run. We'll tell everyone where everyone is. Tucker's your leader by now 1.8 seconds and pulling away from Messias. So I think Messias might have used what was good, what was left of the good of those tires. Murph is hanging on there in third, looking at a second straight podium finish in the IndyCar Oval Series finish. Trey Shadid is fourth. Antonio Estrada is fifth. Carlos Washington right there with him in sixth. Cristiano Benedicto, P7. Matthew Ponto, very quiet race for Matthew. He is back there in eighth. Brian Campbell in ninth. I wonder what type of day Campbell's had. He couldn't have done much at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway today. And but Nick Sudik is now in 10th. Something happened to Tyquilla. Tyquilla making a stop on pit road.
Oh, that is unexpected. Tyquilla making his way off of pit road now. There may be some damage, perhaps, to the number 4 machine, but that is costing him even more track position than he already has lost.
Only the top 9 now on the lead lap.
Yeah, this is really turned into quite a show for Josh Tucker, who's opened up a 2-second lead as it stands, and now trying to work his way around lap cars. And several of that, that was Romanzini getting himself down onto the apron here, coming onto pit road. It's been a rough night, too, for Romanzini. 14 laps down as it stands. This is a night that
Romanzini, I think he might be trying to do a toe to get some more damage fixed. That's kind of a known kind of bug glitch with these cars. A little bit of a hack. Yeah. And I think he's trying to do that. Otherwise, he might just be a little frustrated. I don't blame him. Josh Tucker here, your leader, as he is now around Havsick. Next, he's looking at Brian Campbell.
The fight looking a bit more on now for 5th place. That's Estrada and Washington. Washington starting to close up a little bit more on the gearbox of the number 9 machine.
Getting reports of Brian Campbell being displayed the black flag.
Really? Campbell? Yes, he does have a black flag. What could he have gotten that for, I wonder?
My guess is speeding on pit road.
7 to go. Back up to the front. Josh Tucker dominated this race. Has been his from the get-go. I believe right now, I think he's led every lap, I think. He's got the pole. He's got the fastest lap. And so he's 6 laps away, I believe, from one of the hardest feats in all of auto racing, getting the Grand Slam on an oval.
That is insanely hard to do. You are right, but Phoenix is definitely one of those tracks where it's more possible than others, certainly more than, I don't know, Daytona, Talladega, Auto Club, Michigan, maybe even Indianapolis, too.
Well, some of those bigger tracks, you have the benefit of maybe, someone back in the pack getting the draft. Here, you really just need to have the outright pace, which he has clearly had all day. That's why you see the purple 1 next to his number 10 there on the tree. Says he has the purple lap. That's a 19.5. That was set a while ago, but no one has come up to challenge him yet here with 4 laps to go. 4 miles, coming to 3 miles.
And it's been a really good showing, I'd say, for Josh Tucker. He's played everything right, did everything he needed to do, and he's just left the competition just sitting in his wake, quite literally, and they have not been able to challenge. 2 laps to go.
That's right. You do see IAR on the side. He is now one of their drivers for their team. Well, he's working with Ryder Engineering, Ryder Esports. Tucker coming to the white flag. White in the air. Just needs to bring it home. Narrow part of the racetrack. Just coming down about a half car length off the yellow line. Down the backstretch. About a half tire width off the rumble strips there in the dog leg. Nice entry into 3 and 4. Very clean win. And for the first time here on the top split, our man Josh Tucker gets the win.
Not a wrong tonight. Tucker with the win at Phoenix. Messias P2, 16th to 2nd. Murphy P3. I'm sure he's going to be a bit disappointed with that one. Shadid and Carlos Washington gets by Estrada right at the end to get 5th.
Not to mention for Josh Tucker pulling off what we were talking about just a bit ago, the Grand Slam on an oval.
Yeah, I believe he did get that oval or the Grand Slam. We'll double check that.
Pole position, fastest lap, led every lap, win the race. Definitely cook those tires for us, Josh. And maybe even damage the rear suspension while you're at it. Just slaps the wall a little bit there, but it's not like you need the chassis anyway.
Yeah, it's virtual, and they'll get you. IR will get you a new car when you go to Texas next week. Here's our final standings for today, and then we'll get into the interview room. And there you see, right there, 95 laps. I'm trying to illustrate that here for you right there. 95 laps. And that's not writing. Great. Anyways, yeah, I did have a whiteboard, but it's not working for me right now. But the 95 laps he did lead, got the 1 stopper, and got the pole, got the win, did everything right. Grand Slam. There you see also 3 laps, 3 cautions for 11 laps. So we did spend a little time under fuel saving, but everyone managed to get that 1 stop in. Let's see. Mark Murphy finished 3rd. Messias the Gasman come home 2nd there, plus 14 on the day. Tracy did 4th. Carlos Washington looked like he had a car run over him at one point in the race, but he brings it home 8th. Estrada, El Patron there in 6th. Christian Benito also, it looks like he had some contact with the car. Still managed to finish 8 spots up to 7th. Ponto, very quiet race, and works his way into a top 10. That's how you do things. P8, Nick Sudik had contact with the wall, looked like he was struggling there mid-race, brings it home top 10. That's how you secure yourself a good finish in the championship, P9. Houston Stevenson, someone that we haven't seen here very often on the top split. He is 10th. Moving on to the next page. Ty Quilla recovers to 11th after having to make a late stop. We're not sure why, but good finish for him. Pavsik 12th. Campbell 13th, Burge 14th, Garcia 15th, Romanzini, day he rather forget, down the 16th spot. Hufford 17th, Clinworth 18th, a day he probably forget too, Benedetti 19th, Sanders in 20th, and Reyna and Sinclair just barely got the ball rolling and a half lap in before they were unceremoniously taken out, or at least damaged, and it impacted the rest of their races, finishes in 21st and 22nd. All right. We got Mark here. We'll bring him up. Mark is exactly what you said it was going to happen. Kind of bit of a follow the leader, tough to pass.
Yeah, I know things sometimes. To pass, Nelson got by me. I made a mistake and got loose off of 4 over there, and he had such a big run I couldn't shut it down. But what a good race from Josh and Nelson and Trace and everybody up there. I don't know what happened to Bruno, but he was certainly up there, and that was a lot of fun. I kind of wish that caution where everybody pitted wouldn't have happened. I would have liked to have seen green flag stops, because I'm probably one of the few people that has experience doing live green flag stops. So I would have seen that. But other than that, man, just I don't think we had anything for Josh, but we deserved to run second or third, and for once or twice, we're starting to finish where we deserve, Gary. It's 2
nice. Podiums in a row for you. I mean, we haven't got that win outside of the win that you got at the end of last season there at Michigan on that great win there. But I mean, two podiums in a row. I guess we could say you're peaking at the right time of year with the right race on the calendar coming up.
I don't know if peak is the right word, but we'll take it. Going to Indianapolis, it's always good to have momentum and be having fun and being fast. And as long as you're fast and having fun, you're doing the right stuff. So congratulations to Josh, man. And you're going to get to talk to Josh Tucker. I don't think he's ever been on the broadcast before.
Not this one, but he has been on a broadcast before, but not this one. So it's going to be good to see him here. Final shout outs and everything for you before we let you go. I know you got a long week ahead of you.
Yeah, man. Thanks to you, Gary, and Raceverse, and Justin, and Luis and Steven for everything y'all do. It's always fun to go back and watch these broadcasts, and thank you for putting your name on my car as always. Got to thank Black Magic Designs. Look for a plucked truck into you Friday for the AMA North Wilkesboro throwback. So the joke is that Andy's office has been full of feathers all week getting that thing painted. So we're excited to debut that. I'll have matching truck and car for the first time in a long time. So look for that Friday. And then thanks to Admin Box Race Control at the touch of a button. Fish and all the good people over there. 40 Racewear for the shoes. Am I leaving anybody out, Gary? I think my.
I think you got them all, but I think you're missing a campaign slogan with your new cars. Get plucked.
That's right.
There you go.
It's
go ahead and plucking credit me, okay?
You know what? I pluck and will.
There you go. And we're on a roll. So congratulations. We'll catch you later in the week, man.
All right, Gary. Hey, y'all have a good night. You hear?
All right, and I'm pretty sure that here waiting is this going by the name of Jedi Racer. Yeah, that's our man. That's Josh. Doesn't change his name in the Discord, so I have to guess. But
yeah,
let's see what Jedi powers he used to Bring him up here. So, Josh, hey, welcome to the booth. Welcome to the Top Split. Welcome to Victory Lane at the Top Split. You got Gary and Justin and Lewis and Steven here, just a packed house. So, your Discord handle here is Jedi Racers. So, what Jedi power did you use to go off and drive off and leave this field, not on one occasion, but on 2 occasions?
I was trail breaking through 1 and 2. Like, it doesn't seem, I don't know, I think it's more of a setup, this particular setup and conditions kind of thing, but it worked wonders for the air. Everybody was pretty much getting stuck for the air, and I enjoyed it because it made the passing and, made the obstacles a little bit easier. But yeah, it was that and just a lot of weight jacker. Like, you had to start like 6-1 and 0 because the thing was loose, loosey-goosey.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a couple laps, you'd start bumping it up to 3 and 4 on the weight jacker. Then you'd start really getting aggressive on the rear bar. So by like lap 20, I'd be like 6-3 plus 15. And then just bump just bump a little bit. Yeah. And then just bump a little bit from there with some trail braking into 1 and 2.
Was there anything left of your right rear tire when you're trying to make it that loose?
Yeah, no, funny enough, because it's putting so much more on the rear. So
yeah.
Like, I've won the last 3 races, and last race it was a 63 lap run to the finish, and I still had 70% on the right.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Like well within where you need to be. So like, it wasn't a problem. I think everybody else was more angry because they had stopped, and they had like 20 lap fresher tires, but like it was the track position. I was still pulling away from them on all tires, so they were just kind of like WTF, like.
Well, there was a period where Messias was the fastest car on the racetrack. Did you see him coming at all? Did he worry at all, or just the whole time you're thinking, I just got this, I got to manage my stuff better to get to the finish, and we'll get this thing?
No, like it. I knew I had it covered. Like, I was just cruising for a little bit. Like, I was he was battling Murphy, so I was working with Murphy on that, and I'm not one that's very good at multitasking and try to find and figuring out another driver's problem when I'm trying to drive. So something has to give, and definitely it was a little bit of my pace. But yeah, as soon as that got worked out and we kind of figured out what was going on, yeah, I just cranked the afterburners again.
Got it. Well, anybody that you'd like to shout out or say hi to, it's the same thing here we do on every other broadcast. It's just the Top Split, so you get a little time to do the same thing. If you want to say sponsors, friends, families, I know you got some teammates that you want to say hi to, so go right ahead.
Yeah, shout out to all the guys at IR and Seb Alexander and Jesper Orman, my 2 mentors, and shout out to the guys at Ryder, like we won the PEC championship over the weekend as well. So and GTP, so that was really cool. So shout out to those guys, super supportive of like letting me do my IndyCar stuff and get away from the endurance stuff, and you guys obviously for doing the broadcast. These things are amazing. Like, love watching it every week, and I've learned a lot over the years watching these things, and it's like on that Days of Thunder line, right? Like, you wouldn't believe the coverage they have. Right?
We try. We're not perfect, but I like the fact that we're being used for pregame film.
Yeah, absolutely. And my wife for let me do.
That's the important one. That's very good, very good. That's the one that snaps us quickly all to attention. The wife, yes, the wife, of course. But congratulations. Next week is Texas. Hope to see you there. But in the meantime, go have fun with this win.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, that's it. Kind of had an all-star booth here. Let everyone give a little bit of time to kind of recap the race in their own words and talk about Texas next. But starting with you, LGN, not a lot of the normal guys that we expected, but we got a new winner this time, though.
Well, yeah. I expected to be to see that kind of people here. Yeah, was I wanna be honest. Was kind of not expected be fun races, but to watch because it's very bad to try to finish the race, so that's good for them. Good for Tucker to watch to win the race. Messias too. I thought it's gonna be I at some moment I thought to say it's the Maresca, the Brazilian Maresca.
Yeah.
Because I already saw how he conserved the tires, and then at some point, boom, he started to push hard. And actually, he said on the chat in the iRacing, he says he went in map in map 5 or in injured 5. So at some point he saved a lot of tires and then going straight to the win. But unfortunately, he lost the momentum. Almost he hit with one car lap down. So it's okay. And about Texas next week, I hope to see more actions for sure. Texas, it is it's gonna be nice to see, nice to watch actually. So I hope to see all these people here. But it's Indianapolis. All these main guys, is focusing setups and practice, blah 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 blah. So maybe we're gonna see short people, maybe some of the guys never see around. So, anyways, good race today. Congrats for Tucker, and yep, let's see Texas next week.
Did you
I
call?
hope it's not be hot.
Well, you never know what it's going to be like in Texas. Did you call Messias? Did you call Messias the Brazilian Robert Malechka?
Well, for the strategy, yes. Only for the strategy. That's it. Because with the moment when
I'm about to say, wow.
The moment there, honestly.
Actually, I need to say something else. I never see Brazilians hit Brazilians. So only in the football, on soccer. So
3 of them at once.
Yes.
And all 3 were netcode.
I don't know if in English say Messiah, the guy opened the sea and walk with all the people on the sea.
Yeah.
What is his name? Yeah.
Moses, be part of the seas. Yeah.
So, yes. So he did that. That's good for him. So he got the 2nd place. Good for him. Unfortunately, he's not here. And yeah, just for today, the Brazilian Maresca. Just only to remember these guys over here around. Just only for today.
All right. Justin, that's going to be a tough one to match by calling someone the Brazilian Malechka. But what do you think of today's race and going forward next week on the Texas?
Well, we saw what we typically saw here at Phoenix. Lap traffic always plays a factor. If you can find your way around all 4 corners, keeping a clean air on the front wing as well as the rear wing. End result is what we saw with Josh Tucker. Find ways to win.
Stevie, welcome back, buddy.
Good to be back, and had to go with the nuclear option to get here, but it worked in any case. But good race to come back to, I would say, and it really is also nice to see. We always love it when we see the best of the best competing up at the front there. Your Robert Malechkas,
Osters, and your
all that great peoples.
Everyone up front there. It's good to I need to wake up here because I've had a long day getting this thing squared away to get here. But more to the point, we love seeing the best of the best compete up front. Some of them win more often than we'd like, but it's always good to see the talent that's up and coming, more of them coming to the fore here, the people that you'll see when the big dogs are out there. It's good to see their moment in the sun here, and we definitely saw that today. And it's moments like these two that spur on drivers to say, hey, we can get somewhere with this and we can improve, and then maybe one day they'll be fighting it out with the top split boys, becoming a true top split contender themselves.
Yep. Real quick before we go, track cams are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. You can follow them at Twitter and learn more about them at WSimCams on Twitter. So follow them. They've supplied the cameras for today's race. Fellas, let's get on out of here.
Well, one more question.
Sure.
Texas is night or day?
I don't know.
If it's night, it's gonna be pack truck. Oh, sorry, pack race.
Pack racing. Okay.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah.
Possibly,
well,
yeah.
We'll have to look at the schedule. I didn't recall. Normally, I pick up.
I can pull it up real quick.
All right.
There it is. Is Texas a night race?
Okay.
Survey
Like a-
says 9:10 p.m. in sim start.
All right.
Night race it is.
3 wide finish. Who's gonna win? The guy going to on the apron. So maybe.
It won't be a pack race though, because it's going to be on the current Texas and not the previous one.
That'll be pretty close. They put up good racing.
You can still get some really close races there.
True.
Real quick, I do also want to mention that the Delta Force theme is played with permission from Enzo Music. Check him out on YouTube at Enzo Music. I want to thank him for allowing us to use it, especially during the month of May. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Correct Phoenix is Josh Tucker. The gas man, Nelson Messias, makes another appearance on the podium. First time in a while since we've seen him up here, since the Dover win. And Mark Murphy, second straight on the podium here in the top split. Join RaceVerse again next week for round 10 of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday Night IndyCar Oval Series top split of season 2 of 24 as we head to another long-time IndyCar track that the real series no longer goes to. Thank you, NASCAR. Texas Motor Speedway. Coverage begins around 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Again, that's 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Remember, if you just need to know the correct time in your area, just always go to our channel, youtube.com/RaceVerse, and that will straighten you out. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but not easy. We require time and money to produce. Because of your generosity and donations, we've been able to bring you IndyCar Oval action nearly sponsor-free. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and enjoyed our coverage of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday Night IndyCar Oval Series top split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description, and donate to our 2024 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution will be greatly appreciated. We thank you for watching and making this part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm, and I can't even say it, is not easy, so please help support RaceVerse with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know you thought of tonight's race, and thank everyone that participated in chat. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you are new, click subscribe right ahead. Hit the bell for weekly reminders so you'll miss out more RaceVerse other iRacing programming. Keep your browser set here for the most in-depth IndyCar knowledge and all of iRacing RaceVerse. We know what any means. RaceVerse Tuesday Night IndyCar Oval Series top split. Naming rights are paid for by 4D RACEWEAR. Check out their line of made-for-sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com, or yes, click on the link in the description. For business inquiries and learn more about RaceVerse and what we do, visit raceverse.com. Like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. You can follow all of our handles right here at the bottom of the screen. So for Justin Larkamp, or for Stephen Larkamp, or I should say Justin Larkamp, Stephen Petshower, LGN, and everyone else at RaceVerse, I'm Gary Gotso saying, good night. Thanks for watching. Until all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come safe. Catch us again next week at Texas Motor Speedway for the next race of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday Night IndyCar Oval Series top split with Stephen Larkamp and Justin Petshower.
Gary, before you sign off, I'm just going to say this. This is why we don't cover morning races, folks. We're still half asleep, half awake.
Thanks a lot, everybody.